Welcome back, everyone. I just want to go over really quickly what this instrument is and what it does. Why are we actually using this every single time you come into the office, and why is it important that we use this? It's one of the reasons why we have you gowned every single time you come into the office, just because we want to measure your spine. We want to make sure we notice and recognize the progress. But then also, as we start to work on areas of the body, you're going to start seeing some things shift, move, and change. And sometimes things will start to shift and we need to start addressing other parts of the spine. And sometimes we'll address the same area of the spine several times, just because if there's irritation and inflammation there, we want to start to work on correcting that area to get the pressure off of that nerve so your body starts to function and heal naturally. So if you can think about this, let me go ahead, before I talk about this, I want to go ahead and talk about why we actually look for inflammation. Now, in any part of your body, let's say you're to go on a run or play some basketball, and when you actually are running or jumping up, shooting the hoops, and you land on your ankle wrong, or you step and you land on your ankle wrong, you're going to roll your ankle and you're going to start to damage the tissues and the ligaments within the ankle. Now, anytime you damage a joint, you're going to get an inflammatory response. Now, when you get an inflammatory response, you're going to have similar things to happen in every joint. You're going to get pain oftentimes, but you're going to get swelling. You're going to get basically some redness around the area, but then also you'll get heat that radiates to the skin. Now, when that actually happens, there's going to be different characteristics like the swelling around that joint. So oftentimes when I'm actually running my fingers down the joint, I'm looking for that swelling. I'm looking for what's called a bogginess, and almost like what's called a pitting edema. When I'm actually running my fingers through your spine, I'm looking for that area of swelling. And oftentimes when I push into the spine, I'm going to ask you, is that one sore or is this one sore? Because oftentimes there's going to be point tenderness that occurs with that as well. Sometimes some people have higher pain tolerances, so that's not as evident, but oftentimes when I push into the spine that's injured, you're going to feel that tenderness. Now, the other thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the tissue here, because again, you might feel some redness or see some redness. You might feel some muscles kind of tightening up around that area. So we're looking for a lot of different things here. This is why we have you in a gown. But because I said there's heat that radiates to the skin, when you damage the joint, we're going to run this meter throughout your entire spine, because I'm looking for the areas of inflammation where that heat's radiating to the skin. Now, over a period of time, that will shift and move and change, so that's why I scan you every time, because just because you had the injury in one area doesn't mean that that's going to always be there. It can actually start getting corrected and healed, but then sometimes that could also lead to things shifting and moving lower, or even things above the spine as well. So we talked about retracing in the past. That could be one of those things, or it could just be that your body is starting to unwind or uncompensate, and then things are starting to shift and move and change. So I just want to show you really quickly what this does. Basically, you'll see that when I touch the tips of the meter, the needle starts to move back and forth here. So this measures for the heat, and it measures for the inflammation of the spine. Now, this is the thing that we're going to be measuring with you every single time, because it's going to show me and help to learn. Let me see if it's focusing good. But it's going to help me to learn your body. It's going to help me to see how things are adapting, how things are improving. But then again, as things start to improve in one area of the spine, that could also lead to other areas of the spine getting injured, or even undoing some of the compensation and getting stuck in that area. So then you'll get some inflammation that shows up in that area. So a lot of different things that happen. And so I'm not guessing on your spine. I don't want to guess. That's why I'm pulling up your x-rays every time, but also I'm scanning you every time as well, because we need to know how your body's responding on a day-to-day basis. So I hope that cleared some things up in terms of some of the things that we're doing in the office and why you're doing it every time you come in, because again, we're not doing it just for fun. It's because I want to be the best chiropractor that I can be to get you the best results that you deserve. So I hope that helped you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and God bless.